Ona and some of the banner. Ebusia for Dawson. Yanimra no Siagas Otec 1029 Fm. Or Santimania, Rena the US abroad, Chimama said, Medica see be portrait say. Said Medi, oh dear boy, a big brim and man who does casually what chatters and Yasam Kiton come across or Hine Wakasa. A man Penny John Drummond in Mahama and another what they are sub from our Kotokan National Airport, and yet. Eba baby abuase na ebe ye betimi ede cars and asa sen sisi ho ne sempina na ode atudwa abradwumade no ekoso
Edonkuma wo mo brase betwam sabra be kase wo mo abo vetin bi anka be koso Supreme Court penifo bi nanka wo mo ba be ditwuma wo mo chese wo mo hyehyɛ yi mu no sabio no man ko yinti wo mabogu
na se wa sante man tema beto adwa se me kwa wo so ko wo no wo ndo na pagya nam so ma ehu abebɔ nkrofo nya asam ketewa se nkyeremu wo mu o na pomdi adwumefo abachirem adekropotia etuamu
na opani asadu amampani aboni din se wono na emeya soafo hwe oduma koma ne ma ode adom yeso na afei abafo ho ensam na enede wakopiem mu adosodoso abadwokuo nanim ensam ode tu dwa bi ye de bremu
Owura mama yarga dia tudwa National Cathedral wakasa ede afa ho dia asem enode ba tamechuku yede mu chemu ebem
na empanfo bunkunta esa wu sidan a ne boa no de to afrasa no a afidie no ekofom aka ho bia me ne opani bia wa ben power dance ho akasa se wo fom anani fom wona e wo fom na be kirem ye de mu ensem no eba pika ho ne abobo no do yimu yes nkunya de kase na so monyuma bi ene bo echidom
Damila Company Limited wona nyume wa mo ba ye piem ensem no ye mo ye aduro ne nyem ahoden atumi di asom wo wona de Damila TP Mr. Bedwa so ebo apa yafu yade biara Damila TP Mr. hwetu ase se wo wokeka wo sanfe wo bufa so no nya bi no madin typhoid na tete wo ba obu sana hunu amane a eye Damila TP Mr. Damila heba Mr. bo malaria tu ase deku fi nipadua nim waye mregu mpam ntimi ntibi nyi waye boho eye Damila heba Mr. ebe boaw am wate asi ebusu immune system no eno to no ma ekanya ho nkomoa no ama Daniel Brenya wonya hoodene sonko esore ko onuma so enu anya ewo dwa so Damila TP Mr. ana Damila heba Mr. eye papa enu ti ye kanfo de ma ase no wate ebe boa pa FDA fo ahwa agya tum se eye enu to wato apete kuma se furniture makwale na keba Dani Farmer ne heba Apidak Fredemans PFA Pharmacy Oscar Pharmacies nationwide Missy Eba Aku Farmer wo nyina daji bia wo moton Damila Company Limited ono de sanyu pai aba edwaso na bibie ne wo de from no wo monkomo eye 0256 867 964 na 0546 439-944.
And some of the Bram for take a fedicacy as well for 4 months on Fidiacasia piso, and a chairman Tifetra and Terenisadia San Sacro Kuchakuchan Hojin Framan Gidiaso, Bila Radio Spain, GN Radio London, Patmak Radio, Bar Radio, Mansan Radio, Anna Breni Radio, Sahara Radio Nuna, UK Mountains or Man for Etienne Can Ewo. Kings Radio Unity or Paris France Abrochimemu, Sky FM, and so Columbus, Ohio, USA, and Gracchus FM, Ewo Belgium. Na Dachima Radio, Denmark, Nonumbutua, almost Oti and Kakasia Kwanswam, Obos Sabo, Ghana ha, Information Center, Sono Dawson, Yamiako Atmatun Tuma, as a Point Center Wamekum, some Park Community Radio, Atmatachima, Yonkudon Point Center, on Carrier, new site, Jesus is coming again, man, so upon a Christ in me, and so our chance say once, Mary, as soon a Jeremy other one, and you can say demo man for Moti and Cabioti and Cabia FDA, Otec 1029Fm, so Santimagia Tumum, and Ote and K them. Facebook Live is Otec 1029Fm, so Qua, Ubenya Kwame Dirich, Solomon Nimone, as Sarabia, never Beyonce, only the Tumum for Moshe Yang. Yes, and for Penny, I offer John entry. Bosia con, Brody was a friend Antwi, Bosia con, ha. Never any other Cassiana Bramo, meaning Kwame Ajani Boatin Professor Kokoto Anafi.
Enoba, Efia Abuajua, Mene.
Asunaba Ohine, Kwabna Boatin.
Otec FM 102.9.
Don't touch that dial.
Yashan Commanas na crop ye from passages and take the cohene. Now chimney nu or US man mua. Ebusia, you made your hold P, the Abua Ghana Santa Mine, or in ADH ever home. Now I can't be Ama Oko Washington DC. Why should media cassia be pa ya or hene no queer patron was say we no a year African Business Investment Summit. Oh, can check an abyss. I think Pinu any Adionusia dear no dia so. Ness a renu a year. One day, one you must cover on some episode you ram who do a moon. One mushia to adwin. Here come first one. Now what me abua be mine. After be mine, I did share so on some more beyond me now, share on the mom. No near mine pen for share. One mad dinkita home. Now me I would also rob one call from. No this carol you rahonamum. What you say? Or thank it on ye. Secure that punoswo a best $4 billion. Yeah, no a year. No actually trap. So I made you who do a biblium hanamum. None or two suffer sentiment in every. So now I find when I'm ever touchy. Or needness in Pieso. And commodity bebre kwaso ho no am wo chema dwumade Millennium Excellence Foundation wonu na hyehyeye na ono de atodwa se o yan koma kwaso no a na tintintie na kowie se wo diska be wura ewiase enwuma hoduma mo abo en titi wa bebre mu ha ento aka che mampan fo no na akọ se osere mom we ne komodie ne adedie no wono na emom mu hwa se wa wie yo matwa to we ho adododie bebe bebre mu ha no mo no mo manfo wo mu enso anya eso emfaso ebro sante ne gina sim pieso na no nyamu okasa King Solomon yentie no
with imagination and patience come to build companies that will still matter decades from now, come to form partnerships with African entrepreneurs, come to develop industries, technologies and skills that strengthen both your business and the communities in which you operate. The opportunities are significant. The work is enormous, and the rewards can be transformative. If we act wisely, this generation can help create an Africa that is more productive, more prosperous, more confident, and more respected within the global economy. That is the Africa I believe is possible. It is an Africa that honors its history while building its future, welcomes investment while protecting its dignity, and engages the world not from weakness but from confidence. May this summit therefore become more than another gathering of speeches and promises. May it produce partnerships, investments, factories, technologies, jobs, businesses, and institutions that future generations can point to as evidence that we understood the opportunity before us. May God bless Africa, may God bless the United States of America, and may He bless all those who seek to build a relationship between Africa and the world founded upon enterprise, mutual respect, shared prosperity, and peace.
Something in Akasano. What your crowd was saying? Busiafo, or something in every or 2, 4 or say to a tosso, me no.
Yensu akasiano so. Another man penny John drama ni Mahama na no ano ne nkran Kotoka International Airport. Ameka said there were dia so akobọ fom a. Watchese wo ba besi biaye a ene ehyen begina e wo Kotoka International Airport watchese e be fa ehyen be se empim mienu. Na amampani kase no wadi tudwa se utwe ni be hwa santimantan ko Kumase Prempeh the First International Airport a isi adwumadie sunko kwso anya asem ketu akura watchese miaye hodo a ene awiemuhyen betimi agina ene fiti Kumase ekwamano ne ebegina no sa be adwumadie no akona ni mu pa de hye wo Kumase no memu nyina hwe ni mu se enche sa adwumadie no ebekwa akwa wie eno se nyame yadom na se ewie dia betimi aboa pa amakobase wo bi kwamano ne na so ofiri Kumase no wo tu a enko ha ho se wo twa kwan akonkran se na kofa wiem se da bi wo mu wie sa bia ye wo ka ho asem a ebeboa amekobase wo bi tu kwa kwamano ne a ene wugina Kumase no atwa hwi na wo de kọ saa so na breko na ofra amano ne so a nyese wo baba besi nkran wo baba besi Kumase na wafa san de ko fie se de wankasa wo pa wo kyese enche bibia deda na kwamu a wo ba wie amashankafo pese wo tu firi Kumase ekwamano ne efra amano ne ebe Kumase no wo ho atumi aheha ma breko na so no wiemisen hodo ebeba no so no anya baabi asisi.
When completed, these projects will enhance connectivity and boost trade and tourism. In Ashanti region also, work is advancing on the runway extension at the Prempeh, the first international airport in Kumasi. This is necessary to accommodate heavier long-haul passenger aircrafts that can do international travel. It is my hope that in the near future, passengers will be able to take off directly from Kumasi to other international destinations across the world. Regional aviation can reduce travel time, connect producers to markets, support emergency services, and open new tourism and investment corridors. But these facilities must be carefully planned.
Anya ye mampani John Dramani Mahama.
Eljonfo ye momra mra sebedwam na edom ekuma no awormo ho no. Etutu anamo bi ya wormo kire se they not happy too much. Kire se hihye bi koso a wonu kire se sanhye no. Womo emo akidom de biara da. Wobra empanifo ayen hihye yese wormo ebedoso atemuafo miensa wo mra sebedwam eljonfo ene esie kan ya ye kan no ene domkoma no wo mu buofo amuri afari wo matukwa pai se die nti sansembre ne hyehyɛ de ya mpanifo ayode atachiri no wo mu aninye hokora nti wo mu gibre ne adagye ede nsem abro no na di tachiri a wo mu kyese sisi ya kase no yetu ani hwa atemu adwa no kora no a baabi anu eda mpan ya wo foforo ede no akoro se wonko gira woni dwuma se ogyagini na we na kwesa ase de wo mu ba be kampanifo bi ho keke eda wo mu adi dwuma eba sanso a ewie pewo kra na panipa wono na akobia mu kopiem obrase bedwamu a donkuma no fa no ye bandodani edima wo Alexander Fenyo Makin ene ne woje prepa parliament appointment committee no ene wo cheche bo mu se we no aya mo kan no nyese bia se bi bru se benyado panifo amabo mu din ene michiri wo botan wonom ena se bi kura nso a se de vet mo yo no ne bia metan ye na emu abre ne nhyehyede ye tachiri no eno ne ade pa no a me sori ana se me panifo ya kwadwankuru mu a ye sori ede etiada ebusonfo nsem ni nyina Fenyo Makin wondo supu inti no.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, for the records, in 2024, President Akufo-Addo brought 2 nominees. My respected colleague who was the acting chair, there was an advert that was placed in the papers, and they were given 10 days within which to appear. The NDC led by Dr. Kasiel Atufose as minority leader, Honorable Abuja Kwame Abuja as minority chief whip, and the current majority leader, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, led the charge on behalf of the NDC. They opposed the vetting of the nominees. They physically prevented the vetting of the nominees. Their argument was that the 10 days was not enough, that the public must be given the opportunity to participate fully in the process. Therefore, we should suspend. Ladies and gentlemen, as Democrats as we are, then in majority, we listened to them and we suspended the vetting to allow for the 14 days minimum notice in the public space. In the vetting. We listen to them. We engage. We believe that democracy thrives where parties are able to engage each other. That is what we did. Even after the process, they refused to participate in the final process of approval on the floor. We did not fight with them. Today, they are here claiming that just 3 days after announcement of nominees on the House floor, there must be vetting and approval. We do not accept.
Fenyo Makin wochirum se aye krofasho witi sam ene na ayi dwade ya na mpanifo ye hyehyeye se sa ajefu ye benya brado so wodo no chese aha mo abreso no ye se ye ntoso nsebrum kombo ntene so ye momu da wuru ma mansan hunu ne ye kro se be ye beje brenti we de nemfa na fu dunan emfa ento na fi ye hunu ye nemu tenten so
ye nton komo zi rap mu di hu nsem na sentimentam ya na nsan ye beto odwa se ma kwa woso won numbers no on do one ekosoro kakra ya mpenfo abo amane ekura so bi ehwe no huyi na monto bi o se etimemfo nyina atu titiro mantam boa e ma saade nso ti bia no atumi akofom ebe no manfo busa se die na nkoso mantam die na nkoye nti ama besa na mpenfo ba be chirechirim ni nti a o kire se wo Ghana anyina ma ekwa wo so ha mu nchemu no aduonunum o mu anya no asante emantem ha no doctor ya eba apomni hu nsema asante mantem oda no pani oda no ye doctor Admako Boatin ana o kire se wo hwe asante mantem titiri konfo no chiaban ya sabia mantam be se dumu ena wo Ghana ha no mekoba se obi yade na wa wos na mu yadin a o mo so ane ba konfo no chiaban ya sabia to ye wa afo ani bu se ebi obi wo bunu East ahafo mantam ni mu ana se obi wo baabi ti se atifido mantam ahodo ni mu kura na mu ye den a omo so aya no mo de ba asante mantam ha no mo so ho enti ko ba so ni akroba na anye yi a oba kan no aka wona ba fum asante mantam no ho enso bi asa nipa kronkra no ntem mantam yi mu no mo na bi ro mantam yi mu enti ko ba sa numbers na kwosoro sa no a na nye se bia adwumefo asante mantam na nye adwuma na ma sa de no abas na emum egina dodo no e ba ya sabia wa asante mantam na ma sa de na ko ba sa enti wo sre se mo bia ma yem hihye ento won so se de na e ba ye na ebinom eyem hihye won no
ye hye 70 women are dying per 100,000 live birth. That is the standard. Osha Tunis Ashanti region still your bear 197 mothers per 100,000 live birth. Until I say almost twice I can cry a kahon. But when I say, Mama Yanya and Shishimun say, we better say do fear. Now share cases now Ashanti region now. So for 100%. A man, all figures now you can as of 197 mothers dying per 100,000 live births now. So what's our numbers we are? A move 15% in free Ashanti region. You refer more from Central region, Bunu East, Western North. So those are the places are mobile. Into your per amount Obia who say see any interventions I see thinking about 15% or so. Into we share cases now 197 mothers dying per 100,000, about 85% no if we Ashanti now South Africa no na oba oshemuya enti yankan say all the cases who Ashanti region no osha 62% wo na esi konfanoche and 38% esi facilities are Ashanti region enye konfanoche. Ghana Health Service kahon, Christian Association of Ghana kahon, private kahon, Kisai kahon, Ahmadiyya kahon. All of us they contribute about 85%.
Ebusia for Dr. Admako Boatini amana boni aja sam de di sa anko no amana so na wo kire se ayese nyese bi obeti ada menwame yos madam ho so nyahwe so mpona ba no otu che da bekwem obekwana tikwa na ade kofie etu omo dom ho so ahwe se omo beye nyema ebeboa wo se no mugusu kura ye ntete ahodo so ma aduyefo mantami mu omo yese de beye mpo se bibi ba na no odin a se o mantami na se free baby na ba ye o betimi aye ho adwuma.
Not only that, any way that we have to support them, we should support them. Adeba Akosa, Mesa can say, look, yeah, can say if you we don't have enough doctors, especially at the periphery. One of the issues I want to say, if what puts doctor back baby, pa accommodation ma doctor no. At least one can say 1 year dear, baby are better free. And when you know ways you bet me more doctors mama incentive kakra when you know emunye do but ebema yani aka ami etimi post more doctors ama omo aba ade ba ko pa so aye pese ye Ashanti going forward me say yenya any new doctors straight away yem for Monko district am on nkwa 1 man station 2 man station you decide say cases ye do mobeba akukudam hospitals ye facilities be doctors in good amobenya a lot of numbers at least 6 months ye be more hands on because if you had doctor 2-3 years no atenafi obano or then call home tentama be haji nurse no atenafi or midwife atenafi be 2-3 years or buy as straight away on call labor room no it is a normal way mechanisms na ye digu akwemu so that we strengthen the capacity the skills of the midwife, of the nurse, of the pharmacist, of the doctor.
For we regional health director Santimentema Dr. Fred Admako Boatin and some man boni just some and a buano at the besumaye.
Ano man penny John Dramani Mahama wa yes achaye e won penifua woni womo ebu amamuno na ne beto dwase eye zinato Ajima Rollins wa bondi se wono ana wa mesho odoma kwane ma odi adom yeso na afei abefo eho ensem na ene de na brewa yipuma kwan mu okopie mu wadosodoso abajoku nanimu a womo adoso no ehwe se so omampani dibre na wadi ama nsa bi mpreduasa wo se na wo fata ana na abra okopie mpanifo ni mu a wo kasa na wadi tu dwase wome adie ba ko pa tete ya ha ye ma ene ye hu ye nim hu ye ti e galamse ose galamsey kun no yade a enye baakofo nya aban ne nko adea etu obesra Ghana se yamwa aban no abanyuma hodoɔ ne akwaku ahodoɔ obi afa ne honyim ne nyina yankamom na yansolentia ne yanko ɔko no sine beya woman no betimi edison kunim enu ache se ho behia pa se galamsey kon no ene ebrane abranya woni asabre yi wodi animu a wo hwɛ se yebetimi etu ase no ene ehun komobɔ ne ho ne mo mutu nyina da no wonu baba tu aban anim na aban no so hu se de ne emase ko sine beya brano no obehu sese hodoɔ de begu akwam na tumi aboa enu ɔsɛn panifo se nyame ya adom na so mogi ne tum no wo bɛyɛ soafo a wono na ɛbɛhwɛ ɔdoma kwane ma ɔde adom yɛ so ne abɛfo ne ho nsɛm a ɔbɛbɔ wɔn se Daniel abro nyina da wɔne wɔn a ɛne ɛko no esi wɔn na so brano behia titi ne wɔne ɔdoma kwane ma wɔhwɛ so Environmental Protection Agency ne panifo bi ɛka bi ɛwom behia no atoato adwe ho kwanpa ɔbɛfa so a galamsey kon no wɔ man no yɛbɛtumi ɛde sunkunim.
The fight against illegal mining and the subsequent damage it does to the environment and human life are an all of government and all of society imperative. And I do believe that the easiest way to address it is to have effective coordination between the ministries, departments, and agencies. And as you rightly pointed out, all of these activities are happening within the local governance space. And we have the decentralized EPA and all these agencies at that level as well. The regular reporting improves on transparency. It also helps us to track to what extent that to what extent interventions are making an impact. I believe that to start with, what I would want to do would be to sit with the relevant ministers of the various ministries that have an interest in the galamsey fight, which would range from the lands as well as the local government.
Was what for said when my penny abundin said one my shield man one name or the Adam yes na fair bear for him some Zinato at my rollers na mote say walker son.
Wapenipa ni din epiomu ese asoya what mo sharp ya pi enafi ahinsem wasum kyo woromo hyehyede ne wormanim kro no wokohweso mama yarga ebusonfo wakwa kopie mu mpanifo adi mu parliament appointment committee no wadne nsema road ya twetwade nyina no efa national cathedral wo mpanifo bisa sempu kura no yapa no wo bai enhye be no de gu akwan mu atumi adi amana wo pani chi simpeni apanchi mu a odi atwetwa no se national cathedral no de se bibru se benya do ka nyame anim se hyehyɛ mapa sanse yosom ku sumwade ye beboa ba said ye pay som no etumi ewie pay no bia etumi ewie mu di edi amayen na ekwane a efa so eba ye bebo aze na prekope krofashe mu no ase e pesa chinchine twane ye no eno ne ade a na ehadwene pa erunti si ye kan ye kan no nani abre pa se krodomo a wo ba ede okacha kristofo so bibiara na ne kon ne kra kon do no obere na bibia etumi ewie pay na ba bia nkasa won kokosi ye no so ye ade wo ho asem ka papa na boko central MP obra wo troso no de atudwa se ya de papa se ye kan Ghana no yidim se e Kristo man kese pa na so sumkua woro no edimu akotena ye ntoto no ase ntie ba na se osoma de a obi ahwintam ana sese ye pen papa mu aku yedimu na wo troso bi mu no wo de atudwa se koba se wo se ye na se yi ne so obeye MP ana so obeye mrahye bedwani ana se bi kura no a wo ba behwe so obeye sofo pani se ne ebu ne din no a oba bia de a one mampani John Tomani ma ba beto kese na wo mu ahwe ni mu tentenso se wo se bebo aze ana se mo aze se beji atum se nyatum mampani ji tum di ahye de se tie bia chia ne chi obehwe se national cathedral ebesi na ade ba ko de to so de se pani a obonkomo de ma ban Felix Kwachifosu na sentem ana se beka se August nsiseye ya wo ye na sentem a wo keka se Deloitte and Air Touch won mu hyehyede a won yo ye for ye forensic audit a wo mo ye o mde akoto mpanifo adim no eno ne ye hwe kwan se muaye anase susanso be firi mu aba no ene be me ahuru anim tentenso enso enti eno so ya de a ye hwe kwan ti nyame ya dom no oba de a national cathedral no wo be hwe se ne yo no ebetumi aba mu de amoman.
The idea of having a national cathedral is, in my opinion, a wonderful, exciting idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a national cathedral for the Christian community in our country. If you are asking specifically about the National Cathedral that President Nana Akufo-Addo, when he was president, initiated, I also don't think there's any problem with the idea. I think it was a good idea that was badly executed. Otherwise, I don't think there's a problem with having a national cathedral.
For Penia, yet is on Shumogria to Jay Wano, any Penia Bonidin, so Mefe, Krunkuma, Amemu, after he see Namfi or Sunku, I would run to say, so.
Otec 1029Fm, soon in Reno Secas and Yachas, doing Mary Saja Matimunchimuina. Yaku Nimuno, Ghana Mai wo Dubun Kuntama Abmaino. Abanim Kuntabuni, Brano Brandbun Kunta Fanima, who do so Maymoon and Penfogina so the two and more Sadre. Nanum wona and a wabun kunta chese, a ba adnancy mua, a car canon crowford bon a swati, was say what the Afim Pinu any edununcia 2026 day, at to Afim Pinuni edunu and Nudian Frasea, net a swati, after Hamunche Munudunai, Abba bedrew a hano, a moon senienino, a nine. Na asembani said there be. The aqua attend the obat and the no attend to don't bassa one is sitting no more to yet then hold more say when you know didn't want to kill in a day. Nyansa personal to suffer a penny back better than see more what been pa. Need any Emmanuel Boache Fapim. Well, no can a penny quancher for that Fapim constructions and no chroma de say, but then see us Usan who would then be dragu. No needing who busan says, I'm a tiana. No Rafapim the atu say the crest and pedifocus are dancing, you know. A home you boo one buona conform or no idea what dances a bassamenta in a buona form. And that's what it. A bar iron ross and so as what that the binner that the binum this dino was the bonus what it was in poor buona and caneno or mutual decision. I had a buono caneno in this what it. Near moon. A nebu have been any buono so bis a fem out the juma. I feel any poor phone or hang on the juma. And I feel any modi juma was near buona cosro. A two cup of not to be free now, can you now over sit down you know. None buona and benefogas as what one is a. It in benefocas a Danny buono, a suti part year, or more half an acano. Ebra Imano Bachefa meeting Comobusia, Yentibi.
Statistics and Becca, Nasa Mobile Moniama. Bamjidi say almost share baby crabby and or more the year or modern arrival the percentage. Sekas and Yamanoswatia, a far baby, yes, and there will be a big general say a minor bon home say what may stabilize the economy no in terms of dollar and affect materials in it, especially cement and stone cement and chippings as the kakra and idea because an idea near the Jumana ton time I working from 2024 but near the na ultimate ton be a 9,000 and over. It's a timia bar within 6,000 something to 7,000. A jina wache enti no beka se materials ni bi so atebe 10%, ebi so atebe 8%, ebi so atebe 7%. But the problem is the fuel like the adwuma no esonte ekosoro transport the adwuma no esonte ekosoro enti ama labor no I increase enti no consumers na as say ye omoje dan na so omoto dan no still cost na reflect omobotom they can't feel it ama enti Ubeka say material we have a form, I'm not dancing so ebo aba form. Name mom, you can't bomo. It's an fuel inflation, food inflation in the money no and artisans and now and artisans need this and no correct. And artisans no first now can no win nipa baby, no win baby.
Abusia for the attending K. I penny quantra for that Fapim constructions are no Emmanuel Boache Fapim.
Yeah, to our Cassiano eso. Young Quachama won't to me and a fair as in bank and some. Na yadika mamania that says Sabre dear Cane, Dom Tenny, the man people among your con was Santamantamo. Ora Bernard and Chubo Siakodona Bon Manager ma won't to me make us say what the Fiasia will try and fear Makumako a Druno 20 years. Ewo senior penifo ekane se kwabone a wonam so a wode etu efama gudie ewo omemo titu ne sama bone ne mpatam na meka say de chama wontumi osawo kwadu foforo da ho a eda one Ghana Export Import Bank ano 20 say Exim Bank edantempa na empenfo kwa do wode ebo chama wuntumi nyina ne se abra na ban etoso no wode nani kire mu ewo Ghana Export Import Bank Exim Bank kwa mpanifo na se wo baba be yekua wuntumi Farms Limited ama kwa bo besia ama waje bank no ho sika sidi no opepe edu and 9 na chiripo miensa 14.3 million Ghana cedis ekwakwa wi asempanfo ye hwehwemu no asompo wantobi no akasa watobranta se wode to form se wodo na wayekua no efuyo bia ankoso sika no nso akwa ya fame eti sabe meka se de asam no twetwere kwoto a enya asam ketua no manfo beka kuta nsabosum ni de toso aduonu enson ana ebeto odwase chama wuntumi wo pata wasasem wo se wiase wire wonsam a ana ebu mu pain na de eda woni Exim Bank ntam ne ka beyan pempanfo hwe nanka etuo kwatwere de atwere na ho nsanka nyina nka na bibia nya boko ne na kwoto se dabi wontumi nyina nkra ne mtutu nkra ne nti wode bosome to so ene so yin a high court ene woko asetena ewasa asemi ho kwoto kwa asetena na wohwehwe mu na kwoto kire se saa chapa no woso mu na enye yie wombekọ so atoa so no wadi asem na kosi babia ebekwa wie etime kasai de chama wuntumi ene Ghana Export Import Bank Exim Bank ekesi ni so wakwaje ebesia so de kwakoye kua na ni nyina koye hwebu ada no wasetu asem na seda ebobosu ni de toso aduonu mienu 22nd September wafimu a se ensanka ene nyema bia esefata sempenfo de begu akwam nyina no de begu sada so a wasabekọ na asenie no atoa so
Elsonfo na yento so na yenko aso ya wo mo hwe enwasua nsem so wo de krata tintin dia papa tudwade nyina no efa ni nchama ya wo di edidwuma British Higher Education Elsonfo wo mo chese Act 2020 and say Act 1049 ekwani ya enyenpanifo a ukọ sumkwa awro no a wo mo be ya na musifo de Ghana Education Services bitumi aboa mo nyina no disem wo mo de aboa ma oman education bitumi afront mapade fra ene wo mo be na musifo no e wo se ye hwe na ni chama no sakre mu se be ya dodo bitumi adi mu akoten Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference na wo mo e de betu dwa se GS Council no e ase yi wo mo akwa ne kwan na mfa so a empanifo ni mu akoten basa na hyehyɛ ye ene ensem a yemu do wo se yetumi e de drama ewie epero no ewie pesa na panipa akrata ni site mu ase ye pani abedi akire e waso ye wo no bo Dr. Clement Park eda wode ensem no ba betu dwa wo chesa mpamu do e wo se ye huru panimfo a wo mo mamu ampempin wo mo eboa titu pa ne so ko awuro no wo mo so tumi boa pa medication tumi koso enhyehyɛ wo mo ayo no eye na wo chese ni ncha ma no afia pema nkron adwokron enum Act 506 no anamontuo ya etuo se yetumi de mpanimfo ka ho asoko ahuro wo mo na musifo wo so do muti betumi apam ho British Higher Education Act no so 2020 no and also Act 1049 no ni nyina de mpanimfo we di baako we di miensa na edimu akotene nti hihye ya wo mo awie betumi aboa ma akoyi na wo mo chese GS Council no 2025 no so somfo ene hihye ya wo mo awie oye no edo so e wo se wo mo eye nsakra ya ebeboa ma nei na foforo mu no yetumi de mpanimfo edimu akotene yenim ye wo mo yo yenimu a wo mo de boa Ghana Education no wo mo sua school dan wo mo boa school so awro wo mo cha de sese de wo mo ye de bebere na wo mo ayo enti wo mo guso a wo ne mpanimfo atwa wuro ne ndifo kasa se won mfo ma dwen kyerem famra e wo hyehye yi a wo de agu apron so nti won guso de akyiri se adwen pɔ no si pia e beba monten so ne hu se wo se mpanimfo won mo edi mu akote na wo mo boa ma Ghana Education Service e fantoma padifa
yankre na ni na ya to aso no Global Net Foundation e kwensha abanyanse no onde omotai nyina ne se wone dumdadme fo mai mu be ka bum ombedi barishia pempenso na nkraka so musa na ntatwa na waboa ma dumdadme fo nyuma wodi no akwa animu enunti da obosese ye niam ebeboa na de wo kyerese wate abedwokuo ya we ne board of trustees ya omo beboa ama Global Net Foundation omo hwehwe betimi akwa animu eba ntotoye ne nkitaudi ada one dum jadwefo bedi a betimi akwa animu wo so mote nyina ne se ombetuetia na wape enyoma ne akande de abo dum jadwefo biti se fire tender omde ye adwuman hydrancy pumps ahodo ana extinguisher afidie no a na ade no toa no asejato ba bi a utu ana fe ojunsogu jane so no junsogu su sabo nse na eja no dum nina ani akande no mo de aboa na wo so be ye no so mo di Ghana hye ne mera so nti na wapa sa abedweku ya wo hse omunwuma ne hye mo ye bia betumi akwa animo na ebra wo pa abedweku no Director Research and IT Ghana National Fire Service Headquarters DCFO Henry Jiwa papa ni na wa santimantem how na adwuma penti opeja no se onkosom headquarters ono kasa se wo hwe de NGO ye ya omo ya de pa di Ghana nta wo achi se betumi abo Ghana National Fire Service mpenifo no adwuma yetimi akọ animu
Global Foundation dwumaku an sha ban se ye tu mu so se ye fire service be kan go dwumaku so amma fire service for dwumadi a omudie no etimoti na peja yi akọ animu asli se na yehunu na mpampi no aya akoye se omanfo no bo fire service aya no prayer sa ye mu akadia omuni nti ana mai hu so modwuma no na Global Foundation apart from say obaboa ama Ghana Fire Service etmeji na afi etmeji aboa but I share say and am say Global Foundation ye NGO an sha ban say na Ghana Fire Service ye state institution you know ya pe abejafo a omudimu omuodu omonum onyam a ometimi ni ekomiri nya ka bom na je bia wo bia no fesika semu edima ne fanyira no ometimi edi aboa
Ebusia de yesre manimu a CEO Edima Global Net Foundation anaba osai tutu Collins ono na kasa ye a no kirekire mu ma no muntu ani so ne nti a wonum NFS for akabum etusa na mo no na yenkwai na yenkotie DCFO Henry Jiwa bra no so bo dwumeko ya baso so ma yade pa
hadisi say we say one fire service and individual no say at times we see station B and not map but global net they are doing a comprehensive assistance for fire service. Come to think about ICT, come to think about other logistics like provision of hydrants, fire station, and even firefighting equipment. So it's very louder.
Ebusia for the attention can DCFO Henry Jiwa yena haina ensa ho de bobo na nwumre no nsia kase Otec 1029Fm so yemfa ensia for penny e fa jona ntwibo sia kona boafo bobo ansa tasema no so papilo eja sam sanso ana nanapia asarbia ne be Beyonce no ana fe Solomon mo nyina yo afamo de na Facebook live ne so no munya ya kwa me direct ni Solomon mo ni asarbia no na se ya enuanom munya bi ehwe ye yeni ye de kase ne be sommo na munya munchiremu medi kwa meje ni Boatin Professor Kokoto ana afi
enoba afia abuajewa mene
asunaba ohene kwabena Boatin
edami na asema munity de